Hello and welcome back to trying to set up space elevators in Factorio Space Exploration. I think I've built stuff that should function. I just can't test it because I don't have anything to send up to space yet. But I realized that I could just use iron to test it. Which has a few issues. Because of the change in train length. That I'd have to address. I need to build stops to convert from 4 to 3 if I want to do the smaller train length, which is necessary for the current plan. Also, that's not lined up correctly. Is that because I didn't move them over? Okay, yeah, that's fine. No, that's not fine. What? Why? I moved that too far back. I moved that back a full block instead of... Oh no, I didn't update the right side at all. Okay. That's fine. Structurally, it's not a problem. I need to spend time fixing it. But, oh, clearly there's an issue here. I'm out of those, I can't test. I don't have... signals separating something back there. I'm going to make a lot of stations to convert, which will then mean there's no reason for it to be on the main line. But the fact that I can build the conversion stations wherever I need them. Ooh, yeah, I looked at that. It's neat. Probably not something I would pick up, mostly because I have a habit of always looking at things that are like, oh, I want it to be 25, 30 hours, but it was cool as like a relatively small scale game. I hope you have a good time playing that. What am I looking for? I'm looking for rail signals. Rail signals are not crafted here. Yeah. It does... Oh, why is this not working? Stone. Interesting. Where did this get stone from? The right side, okay. Ooh. So many toads with their days just sort of ruined. Am I undersupplying stone? I bet there's been a lot of the berries eaten by toads. There was a weird... You're like, oh, okay. It's on Steam, looking at it. There's at least one very... I'm gonna say unsurprising, but weird review. It really focused on the fact toads try to eat the berries. This is flowing here. This comes from there, which comes from that splitter. I could definitely get more stone supplied here. Because this is clearly... weird. They escape. Only the toads get harmed by being harassed. And admittedly, being poked once is not that bad. Okay, stone is bad. I've never actually considered what might happen if I didn't have actual rails to craft with. I haven't run out of rails with this setup the whole time. I guess if I stop this prioritization, it will be enough stone. Yeah, it does look like a game that has a lot of... I'm trying to think of a word. A lot of stuff that can happen in a limited space. Which is cool. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Okay. So, now I need to fix this. So this needs to line up with that. Put that there. Fix all those, it's pretty easy. Oh wait, I also want to... space elevator train. Include the train, remove the fuel, save it. I should have included that in the blueprint. This will let me turn that to manual. I wish that I could adjust that differently. Ooh, can I make that a parameter? I deleted my blueprint. Can I parameterize the... I can. Sort of. That's pretty cool. Maybe. I don't think so, but... I want to see if that works. Get rid of this. Okay, the train stops in the way, so that won't work anyway, but... And I just deleted it again. I hate blueprints in this game so much. Space elevator. I need to see if this parameter actually works. Okay, I have to try it on a lower... 2 tile stuff so it doesn't work at all because it is further back. Why is it further back? Go ahead and update this one, that's fine. No, the parameter does not work, which is not surprising. And I deleted it again. Oh well. Oh, that's the parameter that it's probably selecting up above. Okay, makes sense. We can't do a parameter for that, I guess. Or I'm misremembering how that works. Yeah, that clearly isn't lined up correctly here. Drive it remotely. Drive it remotely. Back up a bit. Go to pickup. Oh wait, yeah, no, I need to... I don't have a wait condition, forgot. But now I can see that train is now lost to the ether. Drop off. Can't change it until traversal is complete. That was weird. Drop off. And then that will have to change names. This would get it to here. And then send it to here. Which sends it back down here. And now it's just gonna cycle forever? Actually, that's a perfect test. Will it cycle forever while I have no wait condition? No, because it is still unhappy. Drop off, go down to drop off. Space pickup should be the station here, shouldn't it? Is that what I named it? Yes, that's where it should be going to pick stuff up. It doesn't have a wait condition, so that's obviously an issue, but... why does it not count that as having been achieved? Why does it stop there instead of here? Weird. Wait condition at pickup of full cargo. And then continue the cycle. Which I should add a wait condition so it doesn't just roll right through right here, but I wish I could follow it through the space elevator. It didn't wait condition because it's clearly not... why is it not recognizing this station? Did I change the name? Okay. Get it cycling. Once it comes out here, I need to try and catch it. Oh, because I have it in the wrong order. Okay. That's fine. That makes sense. Now it's coming here. It should stop. Okay. I have a functional train schedule. Beyond the wait condition at the other end. I need to change the name of this station. Left space elevator. Space elevator left. Space elevator right. I could have done that at the same time as well. There, cycle. It changes automatically? Yes. So, this is it going up, this is it dropping off, this is it coming back. So this should be empty cargo, and that should be the only wait condition. And that's a functional schedule. Wish... Wait, can it be parameterized now? Could I have two different... Could I make two sets? Have trains go to specific pickups? I don't think so. Oh, hello. I feel like doing that because I can. Hope you're doing well today. Oh, it feels so close to being able to make parameters for this. And just have two sets of trains, but I don't think... with the... I'd have to make an entirely new... Yes, I'd have to make a third train line that would have all of the pickup stations on it as a dedicated thing, and I think I could make it a parameter, but then it's just more difficult that way because then you'd make an entire new train line, which would be awful. Yeah, I hope you can, if it is something like that, hopefully you can feel better. I don't know if there's anything anyone can say with regards to this is not placed correctly. Doesn't look right. That should be all the way back. I mean, that element sounds like it could just be some form of nostalgia. How did I lose a chest? I had a chest for this, didn't I? Oh, a bot might have stolen the job? Yes, a bot stole the job. I do not know. Emotions are... anything emotion related is complicated. This one wrong? Yeah, this one wrong. Okay. I'd have to replace all these after I'd already copy-pasted the whole thing, but it's fixing something, so... Oh yeah. It could stem from that, I don't know. The only thing I can say in that regards is, I mean, it can be a bit of a slippery slope, but if there's nothing you can do about something, it is sometimes best to, if you can, just not dwell on it. Which then can lead to, oh, something that I could care about, but why bother, blah blah blah, and that could be an issue, but... I don't know, when doing school, going through school, it's like, oh, a lot of people have a tendency to stress about tests after they already finished them. There's very little point in stressing about something that's already done. I don't think this will help anybody, but because whether or not you are worried about something isn't actually something you can actively control most of the time. Or ever. Especially when it directly impacts you, which is heavily reliant on where exactly you happen to be. Like, what I don't watch a huge variety of things. Like, anything that YouTube requests for me tends to be reasonable, but I could recommend a fun-ish YouTube series? Nope, I didn't say the word Siri. Go away. That is neat. That could be across all of it. There's probably many, many hours that it could drain away. If you just need something, if you're just interested in something that drains time. It is... I heard about one of the things from a podcast, and an episode got recommended to me randomly, and it was pretty fun. It was Jet Lag the Game, which is fun. Functionally, it's kind of... It feels weird as a piece of content because it's people with sufficient disposable income constantly going around on trains and planes to chase each other, but you kind of learn stuff occasionally. Yeah, Kerbal Space Program, that should be a fairly contained recommendation system. I can't think of what is or was big on, like, the internet then. The only thing I can think of right off the top of my head for the 2000s on YouTube would be, like, the Screaming Goats videos. Those were funny because they were just absurd. But that's not the same type of thing that you're probably looking for. What am I looking for? I'm looking for a way to test if this all works properly, which means that I need to make train stops to load resources. The easiest train stop to make would be if I can take my iron smelting. If I can set this up so that these get mixed, I should be able to set a 3-long train to pick up from the iron plate smelting and be able to drop it off without ruining the entire system. It will not be super consistent, I think, which might mean there's a better way to do it. Yeah. Hmm. I could split these and try to merge it in the middle. And this would be a problem anyways, that won't work. Time to make a bad decision. It can be difficult to find those old things sometimes. Okay, copy that. Paste it there. But turn it. One, two, three. If I put this here, will that prevent this train from actually going here? Or will it still try? It will still try. You get out of here, you go to the depot. Now, is another train going to try to get here? Yeah, okay, so that does not prevent it, so I need to change this category. 3 long, pick up 3. So that will be 3 long pickup. I could make it a 2 train stop if I wanted to. I shouldn't. Yeah, it's kind of... It can be kind of difficult to find older stuff. So this is 3. I just want to... Can I 4 in, 3 out? Yes, I should be able to. No, I think as long as I pull from both of these, they should be pulled evenly. Let's do the wrong choice. I want an even distribution of all 3 of these. I do... Pull 3 from each. Then I can do 4, 4, 4, all feeding into each carriage. Which I think is questionable, but... I can never remember which side they get placed on. But this will get me 1 train, which really only needs 4 inputs. 1, 2, 3, 4. Which I split it too soon. Put it here. Which I'll leave that there, that's fine. So that should theoretically be unable to grab it because it's not technically in the station. I wonder what presumably arbitrary reason this doesn't work. I wonder why that Oh, yeah. It's gonna be because of that, probably, but I have to see if it works after this. If I can do this, then I can kind of piggyback off of my copper and iron to set this up easily. If not, then it's gonna be ugly. Okay. Oops, I do need to blueprint it. Fifth time. Fifth elevator. Train. Trains. Skip the fuel. Create blueprint. Save the blueprint. Use the blueprint. But it doesn't. Drive this forwards the tiniest bit. This should also be named differently. Is there a way to change this without just... I can't just change the name of the stop, can I? I really wish I could. Eventually there should be iron plates, but... So full cargo and locomotives fueled. Iron plate... Oh wait, I didn't name this yet. So the naming convention is... Faith... Item... Pickup. Though the naming convention doesn't really matter if I can't do parameter-based stuff. Space that pickup. Move it up. Set that as the target. Add a weight condition. Full fuel. Full cargo. Then add fuel to get it into the station properly. Now that's there. Once I set up the loading thing, I need to make sure that it goes to space. Space. That's full of plastic because it's being stored there, which is not really what I want, but that's fine. Iron is that one, which means this is on the right side, which is correct. Which is pure chance because I didn't actually think this through properly. Good. This will need to go to space elevator R, space elevator R, space elevator R up. And I can't add space elevator R down from here with clicking. Okay. So that's there in space. This is space iron plate drop off. Train limit 1. This then needs train category where it will go to pickup 3, which will need to be named more accurately. Full cargo. Space iron drop off. Full fuel. Empty cargo. Now why do I not have processed fuel? Processed fuel. I thought I had a chest for that. I must not have. I must be using rocket fuel elsewhere where I'm doing it remotely. Oh, let's just do processed fuel because it's efficient. And I'd rather sink all my rocket fuel into more important things. just do this. It's not, like, efficient, but it's the easiest way to supply the fuel. It will now be a drain on coal, which I think I need to address. That should work for now. Back down here, that will supply fuel. This will go to the pickup 3, which I needed to change the name of because I need to be specific. Oh, yeah. Have a good evening. Hope you have a good week as well. Bye. Iron pickup 3, there. That should be functional. Iron pickup 3, full cargo. Base drop off. We'll drop off here. This will be the test to see if the basic premise will work. I need to have enough fuel to test it. Oh, actually, I can save time. There, that can test it now. Just turn it to automatic. It should go pick up iron. It needs chests to buffer. Ooh. Okay, so there's an issue here where I need to split those tracks. Also, this should be... Oh, that should never happen, though. That should never actually be a problem. They are reloading properly. I want to see if this works. It's loading slowly, but I think it should be fast enough for my iron use in space. It will cause problems with distribution, potentially. I think this might break any balance before, but I'm drawing 3 from each, so it should be fair. I'm gonna ride this train so that I can spot it working. This needs to be turned back onto there. Okay, it's working, good. Cargo's filling up. Excellent. Something is complaining about fuel. Train out of fuel. I have never seen that. Why is it out of fuel? Because this isn't positioned quite right? Okay, time to test the train. Test the train. Test the train. This will get to its drop-off. It should unload directly into the pickup, except for the fact that this doesn't grab when it's full. It only grabs separately, so this setup does not work, which is a shame. Which means I'll have to do some splitter stuff. Which is just unfortunate. So, I think the jankiest way that I can make this work would be getting that up to here. Really hoping that weird setup would work because I thought it would be funny. So that will split. Won't be great. throughput. That gives me 2 belts. It should hopefully feed evenly. Oops, that needs to be different. This belt feeds fully into there. No, it doesn't. I can just split there. Split there. And I'll see if this works. I doubt this will work properly. Which will then mean this will have issues. It will all come crashing to a halt eventually, but for my testing purposes, this should be fine. So, the train goes left, which is not what I expected, but I should have expected that. It's on the elevated rails. That is way too high density on the support things, but this thing goes here, which is fine. The routing is correct. Then it will let turn in. It will unload, which will in turn load the one that will go to space once the cargo is full. I'll need to add a station once it gets up to the drop-off. But if this works, then I can, as long as I can set up stations connected to the main network to convert train length, and then it should all function. Okay. Oh, wait, I put the wrong drop-off. I didn't update the drop-off because this was not named. That's fine. But this should be the drop-off that's somehow in the wrong direction. That should be going that way. Well, that's not gonna work. What do I have that renders that direction impossible? Doesn't seem right. Hop out of this. Enter J. Why do these? That should be right, which means this should be able to go on the... Oh, because I have to press shift because it's in space, I forgot. No, you stupid robot. You built this out, I'd actually been able to do this, whatever. That's gonna need me to shift this, which means this isn't gonna work in the way I have it laid out, which is fine for now. I'll have to move these chests over a bunch, which won't be a problem. This will have to go here. They're labeled. I do need to actually copy and paste them properly. Do that there for now. Copy that, add it here. Clear away the excess garbage. know what, is Kerbal Space Program reliant on a proper frame rate? Because there's some games where you can, suboptimally probably, but you can certainly still play them with low frame rate. But then there's like a first-person, third-person shooter, any action games strongly challenge to play as a... Ooh, it's not quite gonna work. I'm gonna be able to load 2 of those at a time. This system is weird sometimes. Okay, I think this will have some issues. Robots, go away. You're ruining my work. This can go away. There, now robots can do stuff. I don't think... Well, I don't know how recently I've played Snow 30 FPS. I might have noticed if I had. 30 FPS isn't that bad. That loading going down is kind of unfortunate, but it doesn't really need to be super fast. This will have to move. We'll mess with this. Just there. Again, 30 FPS is not ideal. I don't know what FPS like Wii games are, but like I assume Ocarina of Time and stuff are not particularly high FPS. Oh, okay, it's even below that. Certainly not great. I need to go steal some belts, because it's really annoying to do this without belts in my inventory. Goodbye, robot. You're too slow. Yeah, I'm going to do 2 there, because I'm limited anyway. Can I fit in a supercharger in the middle? Yes, I should be able to. Right there. It'll look kind of bad, but it will fulfill its purpose. These moved over first. Symmetry is ruined, which means kind of defeating the purpose, but what I know is like like, oh, this is very weird looking. Tactics games, role-playing, like XCOM, Fire Emblem type video games can get away with it. I don't know how much. If most of Kerbal Space Program is really about seeing the stuff moving around and flying and whatnot, then it would obviously be difficult. It would obviously be tremendously detrimental to have a low FPS. If it's mostly the designing of the ships and stuff, and as long as it's not actually a slideshow, in which case the slideshow is going to be unplayable even then. Get rid of that for me. This needs to be fixed, but this needs to be turned into a stop that needs a naming convention to follow, which is just drop off. Okay. This will be called Iron Plate Drop Off. This can gain the station Iron Plate Drop Off. Interesting. Doubly interesting. Very weird. This wasn't an issue with my other train. Oh, because there's no track in front of it. Obviously, that would be an issue. So my rails are limited by my rails. Which is fine. I just can't do anything about it right now. Let's go back down, pick up more rails, and deal with it. Yeah, it's the train trying to move forward. Can't move forward. So it doesn't, but then it tries to move forward at like an insane frequency. I hadn't really expected to run into it as an issue, but I should have seen it coming because I guess it doesn't have enough space to get outside of the elevator. So when it goes to manual, it can't go. But now if it goes to manual, it should pull forward to here and be fine. That would be iron drop off. Wait until cargo empty. Then go to space elevator right down. Except for some reason it's turning right instead of left. Okay, now it should be able to get to it eventually. How much have you cleared up the world? Well, the world in which this factory is built is not... Why? Is there no path? There's clearly a path. What is it complaining about? Yeah, the world... There's a ton of... Oops, that's the wrong one. I want that. Nope, it's backwards still. Why are these backwards? Because this hasn't been placed yet? The main Novus world still is covered in biters that will... Stole your job, robot. Still covered in biters that will ruin me. Okay, why is this one backwards though? This is correct. Why is the rail backwards? Why is it still trying to go to the right? Did I misclick one of my things? All of these are going left, except for this one, which means there must be something I placed. See, nothing. Why is it backwards still? Is it because of something there? These don't merge quite right. Okay. This one's backwards, this one backwards, this one's backwards. Why is this one backwards? I don't know why this one's backwards. Now it should be going the right way? Okay. Now it's going correct direction there. But actually clearing Novus of bugs will be... Okay, I didn't do that. A bit of a task for a while because there is a lot... There's just a lot of stuff that would need to be cleared, and I don't have any way to do so automatically. Once I have heat lasers, it will go better. Those are still a little bit out of my technological capacity. Okay, now they all go the correct direction? I think so? Don't know why they were all the wrong way, which means the whole copy paste at the bottom is definitely bad. Why can it not reach this stop? That drop off. Train limit. Priority. Also, that has 4 outputs. I'm going to have to adjust. That's fine. Why is it unhappy? So, right here. What? Inaccessible. What makes that stop inaccessible? Something about that is not connected. the vertical connection there is not connected. Okay, that was unexpected. Still can't get there, though. Why? Turn off automatic. Manual. Drive straight. It can clearly get to the stop. So why is it saying it can't get to the stop? Yeah, that extra bit at the end is bad. Well, that's kind of neat. You keep your momentum when you're in a train? That part's fine, that's fine. But I think... And if I exit the train, I keep my momentum. That's kind of fun. I wonder if you could make a bunch of trains and, like, do something. Build up a ton of momentum and just rocket up out into space and get lost. Can't figure out why this train can't get to the place that it is currently located at, though. The manual drive it. Drive it manually, back it up a tiny bit. Okay, it can get there from there, at least. I don't know why it can't actually do that, so I have to follow this for a bit to figure out why this train is unhappy. I do not understand. Also, I have more space now. Previously I had 2 more, so I could have 3 filling up from all 3 of those. So I could increase the filling speed by 50%. It might be better, though, if I try to just merge them all. Oh, no, I watched that. Missed. Those guys are gonna be stuck in. Oh! Oh, they magically teleported. Cool. I should have exited here and gone to here. So now it loads. And I need to figure out why this does or doesn't work. Also need to make sure this is working. Out of iron, because that's out of iron, because that's out of iron. That's functional. That works how it should. It still can't get there. Why can't it get there? What is wrong with this train? I can manually drive it to where I need it to go. It can't get there. Is this not connected somehow? Clearly it is. It's a normal train limit. The train is clearly fine. Yeah, that's clearly connected. Very obvious connections the whole way. Is one of these sections backwards? Doesn't look like it. They all have the correct signal side, but there is this This does exist, so it must be that it thinks it's going in both directions for some reason. That doesn't make sense to me. You can have trains that go up and down a line that go... so the tracks go in both directions. Is there some weird behavior? Placement, construction, maintenance, wire connections, train connections. Can rename This is a behavior that simply doesn't make sense to me. High traffic routes says there's constant need for item exchange, but not efficient if items are only moved occasionally. What possible routing issue is there? Is it trying to route somewhere down here? No, because it don't exist. Is it the right turn here that ruins everything? No, because it doesn't work even if I drive it past that. The fact that it's trying to go this way is maybe all I need to know about why this is behaving in this way? Still doesn't even try. Yeah, I don't need that. Don't need this. That whole bottom section needs to be removed. It needs to be updated. I don't get why this is not working. Is your goal a very achievable goal, or is there something that makes it, I guess, have you landed on like I'm gonna call it the moon even though it's not spelled that way. You can clearly drive here. Okay, where can it not drive? It can drive there. It can't drive from there. Can't drive from there. It can drive starting from here. Why? Right there is where it starts being able to drive. Why? It's just weird. You have to land in a different way. Oh, okay, it's because I placed that on the wrong side? No. Maybe now it should work? Press this to land. Okay, now it should work. I hope. Yeah. Big change in velocity. Okay. It should work. Hopefully. This is still not going because this is still... Iron is still kind of bad, but it's filling now, which is good. So this is functional. It's flawed but functional. I could copy it for copper, but that's not a priority. The biggest priority is getting this to work. Which needs more copper mining. But the basic premise for this train that I can apply to all these other resources is functional. Just need to make sure that the stupid signals are right. There. None of these signals should have the same issue. That's worrying. That's all fine. I'm missing Roboport coverage. I have to update all these. That can wait. I just need to get this working first. And updating these to the fact that I'm only doing 3 wagons. Which will need to be updated, but that's fine. It'd be good to splitter all this stuff. I have space. Why do I have space? Because I don't need the extra line. Good. Put all this junk out. Hopefully let me make better system. I have 3 things all going in smoothly. Good. I need splitters. I need more underground belts. Do I even have underground belts crafting? I do. Should probably switch this to splitters. Try. Yeah, I don't have splitters in my inventory because I don't do a lot in space recently. Well, I'm in space myself. I need a few more. Okay, that's enough. I can build this. Split. That's too close, I think. Should be fine. And I need disperse this over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 3 per is probably good. I can't actually reach that far. Okay. That's a better loading, I think. So. But does... Because yeah, the... Actually having to ship to launch with the right amount of fuel would definitely have a sizable impact on how stuff would need to be designed. That is a meaningful difference. Oops. If, assuming that the fuel is, you know, important to manage. I don't actually know. Maybe fuel in Kerbal Space Program is like incredibly light weight, low density material. I copied it there and I just don't hit shift. That should be fine. Or don't hit control, that should be fine. Okay. That will take a while to build, but I'll have to copy that for all the rest of these, which should be fine. But doesn't... some of these are pretty valuable to have actually shipping, so I probably should get that side set up. Well. I mean, there could be things where it's mostly about, can you, like, the game could be about, oh, can you plot a course? Wouldn't shock me. 333, that's fine. Same as this. Like, I think there's... like, it's not the same, but like, I don't think SimCity type games require you to consider, oh, what if there's a... I was gonna say a fuel shortage caused by a important world event, but maybe there are actually events that occur in a lot of those, like SimCity, Cities Skylines? The name is weird. That actually does make you deal with that. It's just different priorities, is what I mean. And I don't know for sure what the actual priorities of Kerbal are. Okay. almost fixed. Oh. Yeah, the vertical flip version of the bottom's gonna be ugly to redo. We might have to do a bunch of stuff over again, but... Okay, clear to here. Boom, copy that. I guess I can copy this. And again, if I don't shift, if I don't hit control, that doesn't line up the same. Because I have an extra one of those. Okay. That's not right. Why does this not line up? Why did this not shift over whenever the rest must have? Weird. Very odd. So I can copy that. It's fine. We'll line up there. Lower section. Okay, this gets easier to clear up the more I do it. The iron here is good. This is full of iron. Excellent. Oh no. I wasn't worried about... I don't think about the idea. Why is this way? All of these need to shift one to the right. After something I changed. Don't know how stuff needs to be dealt with. There's a space simulation game that's less about building rockets, that is like, oh, how do you source your fuel? I bet there is a more like a 4X strategy game type game that probably does exist that's more focused on that type of problem solving. What is wrong is this, for some reason, needs to shift one to the right. I don't know why. I can't remember when I would have changed that, but it needs to be changed, so... Oh, you had to shift it back to fit that, maybe? That's unlikely. Mysterious. Nope, that one above needs to be connected. Oh good, I want that to be split. There and there. These will build gradually. Well, some of them won't because it's missing roboports. Not that one there yet. Got that. No, wait, no, I don't want to cut that yet, because I do need... some of this stuff. misclick. Should be fine now. My fantastic... Oh wait, no, I do actually need that. Yeah, this one that I don't need. I mean, it'd be... I don't know if Kerbal Space Program has any sort of, like, whether you can do solar sail type stuff. But having, like, having an additional reason to do stuff with solar sails would be neat. Okay, so not base. Which, like, it still exists, it just... If it had those, then it would... If base Kerbal Space Program had solar sails, then there'd be reasons to do solar sail-based stuff, which would be fuel for long distances, not needing it and all that, or not needing as much to get going and whatever. That's good. What about this? Okay. I think my main issues have been fixed. Except now that doesn't fit right. I need to avoid. But that will get built eventually. This should have enough coverage. That will get built. These should all work. Now, the biggest thing to work on is setting up the stuff on Novus. Once I have the stuff on Novus, I should be able to start supplying resources. I have a train set up, or a train schedule that works. Based on the right side, the left side's still uncertain. And I need to make sure that I match left side to right side. So if I work on the left side first, I already have material testing packs. So if I make my train stop and have that get crafted, I need copper. Guess I'm gonna have to build some train stops and mine more copper. But once I have copper, I'll be able to make material testing packs. Ooh, can I go? Oh, I can walk in there. Cool. It has an internal space because that's where the train has to move. And there's a solid block inside about here. Weird. Yeah, right here, down to about here. And then up there, there's just a block. I wonder why. Maybe it's a rail station, like, equivalent. Well, drop the rails. That. I still want those for mining. Ditch the transmitters. Ditch that. Ditch most of my train stops. Space rails should go to space. get the stuff out of my inventory first. Okay. Oh, somehow I got into my spaceship. This spaceship hasn't moved in a long time. Okay, last bit to drop off, but I'm going to get to work on... Where am I in copper? Copper here, copper there, copper everywhere. That and that are probably the two easiest. That one's a little further out of the way. I still need to think about my uranium. Don't need it yet. No, I actually need it pretty soon. I can do that at the same time, maybe. Got a lot of that. I do not need these storage warehouses. I do need mining devices. I don't need that. Where are the miners? There. Enough. So, copper is good. I need that many rail signals with me now. Or really ever, but I have to fix a bunch of stuff on that. It'll be rough, but doable. So I'm not doing that copper. It's all polluted. Oh, it's a mess of pollution. So this is an easy one to connect. I just need my blueprint. Evil belts? Why is this called evil belt? Oh, because it looks bad. I remember my naming choice. There and horizontal flip. This covers about this line. That covers everything else? Sure. That seems good enough. I do need to update my blueprint for this. My blueprint doesn't include modules, and it really has no reason not to. Okay. 4 belts, perfect. Bring them all together. These are not real rocks. Always pretty funny. So station entrance needs to be on the right side. My current basic station. This is actually within proper radar and bot range, so I probably should have just done this remotely. Would have saved time. This will be a pickup. I need more trains, I think. Not connected yet, so I obviously can't get here. Hopefully that doesn't break my whole train system. bots on their bots are gonna take so long to get here. Ugh. Rough. Okay, let's get me a sample station. That gets me enough of an idea. There. So, item load. Oops. That loads there. Easy enough. Not perfect, but it's good enough. I miss that every time. This will cause distribution issues. If I just let it sit like that. Okay. Could probably have been merged differently. Considering these two could just go on one belt, but that's fine. They'll load a train eventually. That'll help a bit. I should probably set up my mining for this. Which has raised a question. What is up with this? Why is this not... It didn't have a straight up line. Okay. There. Let's be sulfuric acid drop off and a uranium ore pickup. Or I could process it here. Which would be a bad idea, I think. Uranium. Ore has a 50 stack density. The 238 and the 235 do have higher density, but then I would need separate trains. That'd be messy. Oh. Fresh issues. Craft all my landfill. Is YouTuber's Kerbal Space Program keeping a fresh new issue? This is to load the train. Landfill is not enough. Can this be built? Yes, it can. This will be pumps, which I have 9 of, which is close. Isn't really planning on building this one right now. But all these bots kind of made me feel like I should. But once I have better copper, I will get material testing packs. Once I have material testing packs, I'll be able to ship them to space. Once I can ship them to space, everything will be good. Because material testing packs are a pain, and they're a huge resource drain if I make them in space. A lot of garbage inventory pumps. Ah. What do the missing textures look like in Kerbal? Is it just sort of, there's nothing visible at all? Or do they have the, like... I don't know if the pink and black square texture is specifically like Gmod or something. Or some other generic funny image. Well, which is only funny because it's just an error, so it's not really funny on its own merit. I'm here to grab pumps and landfill and probably some more pipes. Oh, that's kind of fun. Oh, so much wood collected over the course of this world. Pretty funny to look at. There is so much wood, wow. Okay, I'm here for pipes. Pipes have been crafted here all game. Which I'm happy that I haven't had to upgrade from assembling machine 1 for crafting underground pipes. The iron filter. Goofy. Yeah, wait, there is the default, I don't know if it would be considered default texture, but like the texture that is used in the event of no other texture existing, is kind of boring. Why is this the way it is? Because that's the way it is. Okay. That's a bad setup. That needs to be fixed at some point. Or maybe I can beat the game before I need to fix it, so it's a race. Hopefully one that I win. I need more modules. Because I'm not actually mining the uranium yet. I am just dealing with other stuff. I'm not mining the uranium. I am just preemptively having put a station nearby. Did I limit this kind of low? I limited it to 600. It's kind of low. What's my beryllium? Not great. Oh yeah, my beryllium, I did actually get distracted on finishing my improvements to my beryllium crafting. Whoops, I should probably fix that and actually finish building it. But I hooked up more mining so it actually runs at its intended speed for now. Bots. Doing their best. Okay, here's where I mine stuff. I do 2 this way. Issue is, I could do 1, 2, and get most of it. Probably good enough. Just manually put down a single miner there. Yeah, that's fine. Doesn't hit there. I kind of think it's probably worth putting a single beacon just here to beacon that. A close range beacon would be better. There's power. Sulfuric acid would need to be pumped from here, which would be sulfuric acid drop off, which would need the sulfuric acid pickup to actually work. which would mean I need more trains. Yes, I need more trains. Always good. Give me some fluid trains. So nice to be able to do this remotely. Give me some item trains. Trains. They're so good. So practical. I'm so unable to figure out where they want to go because the pickup station is broken. Which pickup is not connected? The one down here? No, this one's connected. Which pickup are they complaining about? I don't know. But something is broken with the pickup stations. Fluid pickup is asleep. Item pickup. Okay, it's just stuck in a loop of some sort. And now they're all fixed. Because they were kind of looping with each other, kind of lost, I guess? And now it is fine. Weird. This will be a pickup station. This will be an output of sulfuric acid station. Which will mean 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Always worrying whether these will work properly, but I'll trust it. Okay, how am I gonna do this? Probably connect these guys at this end. These guys there, so I just need here and here and here. Want that and supply sulfuric acid to everything, then it will mine. Wonderful, man. 4 inputs. Excellent. So I should go one further. For my own visual. For that, then I really need to get the rain. So that should be fine. 3 spaces, I think, is what's needed. It just needs to belt in and out. That is good. I guess these two will need to go down a little further. Why is there fish? Why is there fish in this box? Go further. Oh. Hope we have a good talk. Okay. That feeds in just fine. There, this is surprising. Did I not actually set that as a fluid pickup? Why does this drop-off not work? How is this not... Oh. No. Up there should be fine. This intersection should be fine. Oh. Fair enough. Fair enough. It is a pretty obvious rail network problem. I don't have any rails in my inventory to fix it. Well, that can get fixed remotely and then everything will be better, but it will take a long time. That will give me copper pickup and uranium mining. I don't have a uranium drop-off yet, which I will need to address, but I'm... okay. A little longer today. Do I want to connect that? No, I don't. Do I want to move that artillery? Probably. If I press upgrade, does it turn it into a supercharger? It does not. Okay. I wonder if it's probably a good idea to take an upgrade planner, modify it to turn robo ports. Oh, I can't. Okay, I can't use it for stuff like this. That's a shame. Or I can and it just doesn't work that way? Nope. Don't know why that exists this way. I can't forcibly upgrade RoboPorts to superchargers. Nice if I could. All of these long highways of connectors would be a lot better. Because they would charge fast, move fast, save time. Still don't know why this guy complains. Pick up, elevator L, drop off. This will need to change. Oh, I wish there was a better way to do this. Guess we need to join a new grouping for solenoids. Solenoid. Elevator train. Pick up. Wait for full fuel, full cargo. Elevator L, elevator down. I can't do... I wish there was a better way to do this. Works. I don't have the train to load it yet, but this train works. I'm at 30th of the way there. This needs copper. I guess I can get the crafting going. That's kind of goofy. It didn't actually count for the fact that I'm not actually merging these at all. If I merge them, I can run them down and over? Sure. Five, six, seven. This is the goofiest train stop I think I've ever made. Super silly. It functions, hopefully. Can I merge the copper? Not while kicking it up here, so that's not an option. This can move. These need to merge. They need to get space. I only need a couple belts. I don't need more than this. I don't even need this many belts. But basically just be this is all that I need for material testing packs. These will be productivity, they will be beaconed, everything in, one out. Which actually means that putting these onto single belts is kind of silly. So leaving the iron on one side would actually be better. Because if the iron only covers one side of the belt, I can just feed the stone onto the other side. It will actually be a fantastic layout. By sheer coincidence, it just becomes better. There. I still think it's worth merging those because it saves space. That's two of those merged. These can be merged this way. Merge them together. Somehow. Don't actually... There. Merge them. Run them out. The iron is... That's not distributed properly, it's gonna be a problem, but... Well, for now, that'll merge, that'll be there, then these will run. Here, these will drain. That spacing is obnoxious, but... Let's build it above. Place it there. These will be... This is not powered, so it's not actually accounting for the beacon yet. 0.8 per second. I could definitely long-handed inserter. I guess I should be able to. Which makes this a lot easier. So I can just run that there. once I have copper, which I... Oops, wrong way. Not have the copper. These produce 1.05 per second, which is not a lot. And this could just be merged onto a belt. And that should be fine. The belt should probably be running in the other direction. So that I can actually output the items onto this train. That's close. Put it as far down as possible. Can I get it? Nice. Feels like an incredibly questionable design, but that should supply these. Then I will need to deal with splitting, which was never fun. Never looks nice. Okay, that's not quite enough space. I do need to move this. Oh, I'm splitting it to 3. I mean, if it's running through the splitters, it'll be fine. It will balance without too much problem. So, inserter, chest, inserter. Doesn't look right, but it should be. That's not gonna fit. That's fine. It just won't load as fast as it theoretically could. Which is annoying, but not an issue. Oh. Like, is it that suddenly you have a bunch of... You're running into a bunch of stuff without textures now or something? Okay, this will be that pickup 3 for consistent labeling. That will work. Empty cargo inventory and full fuel. Which will mean I need fueling. Put one further back if it matters. So, should fill once I have copper. Easiest way to make sure this works is set the copper priority to max. Issue is my copper is bad. This hasn't been updated in forever. Probably still using speed 2s. Speed 1s even. This should probably be updated soon. It's fine actually. I think it is 4 belts of copper, I think, per minute. Oh no, 4 full belts of copper when it's running at full speed, which it is because I don't have ore. Which would be solved a little once this is built. They should go here. They do? Good. And that will help. Part of the issue is that that's so far away and there's no extra stop. So it wastes time, I think. Fine. Everything's mostly okay. I should have copper showing up here soon. Now I can check if this works. Something's wrong. Nope, it's not wrong. Okay. It's just on the right side. Now it's just crafting. Wonderful. Material testing packs underway. Oh yeah, these are super low density. Only 10 stacks. Or 10 items per stack, so this will fill the rocket fairly quickly. The train. Not crazy quick, but fairly quick. A good step. Not as fast as I wanted though. I guess I did aim for 600 a minute, which should be 10 per second. Which is probably what I'm making. In space, my consumption of material testing peaks at 300. So yeah, if I double that, I have more than enough for now. And this is super easy to scale up. I need to bring this back down to a normal priority. Scaling this will be really easy. Didn't actually leave myself space, but I could just move that to the side and it'll be fine. So while I do this, I need to finish setting up this because this is very important for beryllium. I think the only thing that was missing was the casting machines and actually hooking it up to beryllium. Which shouldn't be too difficult. I'm gonna launch this soon. No, not yet. But that is fine. Next steps are... I will need to continue doing this, but I'll probably just add stops gradually. And stop focusing on it now that I'd actually... Now that this works, I can work on it as I fly between planets. And do my best to extend stops here and there. Like while I'm waiting for my current train to leave, I could copy that layout and set up a copper pickup spot. Which hopefully is fine. Somehow that didn't line up like I thought it would. They're not actually built at the same level. Okay. It'll be fine. This will still run into the issue of not actually having enough copper. I can't really make use of this, but and split there. This is super weird looking. probably splitter there. That would supply it. Oh, wait, that's the... Yeah, that's the output. This is the output, this is the input. The input is from the right, that's fine. That will work when I eventually have copper to actually do stuff with. Copper right now, so it doesn't actually work. I don't have copper, but copper's getting better. Still need more ore. That's fine. This still hasn't left, or it's left and come back once, which I think is unlikely. But if I go for material testing, I am making 510 per minute, which is a little short because I did 8 instead of 10. Whoops. I don't know. I didn't remember to count properly. Might as well scale it up a little more. There, that'll be 12? Yeah, that'll be more. That'll be over 600 per minute. Okay, I should leave very soon. And then I can hop off, make sure the other train works. And that will be enough to verify. 2 samples is not a lot of samples. I think it's enough to verify in a game like this that the setup works. Drop off, everything should be fine. Okay, it actually worked this time. Good. Good. It works. Wonderful. That gives me tons of material testing, which means I can get rid of this guy. Which might cause a problem, but... Oh no, don't. Never worry. I was just verifying that my trains work. This train works, that train works. It's a good first step. I still have a lot of trains to set up and some stuff to fix along the way, but it is mostly functional, so I can focus on other stuff for a bit. Other stuff that I need to work on. This is not crafting because I don't have enough holmium. Holmium's not crafting because... Ooh, something broke. Hey, why'd this break suddenly? Nothing changed, but suddenly it broke. I'm full on sand. Okay. Can I do this? Don't think I can. I don't think I have the inventory. I don't have the items here. This should be converting sand to landfill. And sand to landfill. Let's go fix this, because this is very important to keep running. Okay, I need to make sure I have chests. Those, I have that. Tests those. I should have everything I need, as long as I can remember the name of the planet. Bizarre. I don't know how it's spelled. ACISZAR. Crazy. Okay, that should get me there. I should be able to fix it. I can work on stuff while I fly. I should really try to get ion engines and better power stuff. I should be able to make chromium accumulators. Chromium. Oh, they're not crafted in this. What are they crafted in? Oh, they have to be done in space. Great fun. I don't know if those are craftable right now. I can continue to work on my train stuff a little bit. I can classify what I want in each of these spots. Actually, this one I need to get this one moving, which means that I need to make a train station for that soon, but that's easier in person. What? What sorts of games are you thinking about? I don't know. There's so many multiplayer games that exist. Okay, let's do this. Let's go here and class this. I want copper. That one shouldn't be copper. That shouldn't be copper. Those shouldn't be copper. Only one of those should be copper. Oh wait, I intentionally set it to something that wouldn't get filled up. What do I need in space? Oh, circuits. Those are a good set. No, these would be like steel. Like generic metals we're going on the right here. This should be steel. Which really should be ingots. This should be maybe just stone. And then the last one can be a mystery. Solar panels is an option. Sure. That works. Oops, this should probably stop producing soon. Well, it hasn't overproduced yet. It's surprising. Okay, this should be unhappy. Yeah, it's very short on a few key components. 4 minutes away. So, iron, this should be copper. Copper drop off, copper pickup. Learn to type. Copper, steel, ingot. A lot of stuff that goes into this. Like doing this while I have other stuff I can do is a bad idea, and I should just do it in the downtime. Steel, I don't remember what I put after steel. It's probably stone, which was a weird. Steel, stone, solar panels. space. So, pick up. But no, this drop off, whatever. These need to be train limited. I mean, the pickup ones don't need to be train limited because there's only one train on that line. But if I added a second train, I could add a second train, but I don't think that would be good because if I added a second train, they would go to the space elevator and then just sort of block the whole system. If I had dedicated space elevators for each material, I could run more trains. This system I can't. Which is kind of a shame, but... Okay, so I still have plastic or sulfur set up. And they will have to go over here. Which is fine. They probably should be in place before solar panels, but I'm keeping them in the same order for my own sanity. This would be much easier to keep track of everything if I keep it 1-to-1. I mean, it's starting to look like it is actually something, which is nice. These signals need to be updated. Because that's far too much signal shift when there's just a train up here. Those shouldn't all go red just because there's a train going by. That one there. That should be fine now, if that actually can't get built. I wish I could do better with these. Port. Roboport. Build it here and there. I guess connect more of this stuff. Why not? Which then makes that one irrelevant, but... Five seconds for landing. And then I can fix my issues. These got built already? They shouldn't have. Oh, I have that being shipped on the back and forth ship, don't I? Which means I didn't even have to come here. What a great waste of time. I forgot that I'd actually planned ahead for events like that. I didn't trust myself. Though I could probably plan to do some stuff while I'm here. Do I have... Yes, I could update my beacons. Figure out how I want to place the wide areas. Because this was... Plan was to update these. Okay, if it doesn't have anything in it, will it still kill everything? Yes, it will. Okay. So I need this to not place. I just need to... Chargers aren't clean. I need to be able to see coverage and plan where I'm going to put that covers. That misses that one. To hit that one, and not the one to the left of it. Doesn't work there. Does work there. So this one here. Perfect. Okay, put up here. I put it there. Which means if I want construction planner to clear regular beacons and hydrant. Give me a little more, but this, take my deconstruction planner, remove all that. It should be faster now, which might need me to adjust some numbers. Which is slightly annoying. Okay, that is one to the left of that. Here. This is one below, which doesn't seem to line up. Why does that not line up? Oh, because I'm looking on the wrong side. It's on this side. That goes there. And the last one goes other side, one below. Okay. Everything should be beaconed, which will need an adjustment of numbers. You'll have to clear up the current minor backlog. I will need to adjust the amount allowed to flow onto the belt, I think. I will, yes. This is limited by those. Currently it is at 150. I'll try 200. Which could be a high enough number that it's kind of meaningless. I wonder if I could just read this side of the belt and set it to like 10, and if that would work and balance it properly long term. If I calculate the number lost, that should be lost in the full cycle, then that's the number that I should have here. Okay, this seems to be working almost. So 200 might just be fine, but ooh, that's not right. Why does this one exist in the way it does? Why'd that one not have modules? Clearly my copy-pasting missed a few. But how did I miss them? Anyway, now the blue component is undersupplying. 220. This still might be too high because this might just be too long of a stretch of, or too short of a stretch of belt for 220 to be the limiting factor. I can reach to there by just chaining connections. And once I change it here, I can fix it down below. I think the math for these other ones was fine with the current tier of beacon. I think this entire thing was designed with the base beacon. But the base beacon wasn't able to actually cover this whole area. Which is why I wanted to use the bigger beacons. Okay, needs more of these. It doesn't even get close to that. It's just not enough. Belt is reading green. Right to there and there. This will actually limit it a little. But actually needs to be like 60 or something. I think this is not a good way to control the amount of material. It might work, but I think it's probably better to read just the output and try to manage it that way. That's the first time this game has slowed down when it wasn't actually saving. Weird. Yeah, it's kind of... It's possible it's still producing just fine here, because... This is making the powder, right? Is this making chloride? This is chloride. Yeah, like the chloride production... should be 2.5k. Currently it is around there, so it's probably fine, even if not every single one of the machines is running constantly. Like, most of them are running reasonably, but eventually it'll reach a point where this control is worthless. Or well, some of the connections along the way are worthless because it doesn't provide meaningful info. Yeah, now at this point I am actually using these faster, I think, than I'm producing them. But yeah, that's the only one with the... These are still backlogs. I don't know, maybe it will be fine to just let it run. I'll test it. I'll set this to just remove that for now. Let it run non-stop if it breaks. I will, however, update... I mean, that's basically not... Doesn't seem like it really needs a control at this point either. Because this might be able to process faster than this can produce, but that's still worth keeping. 200 on the input for this. Oh yes, desperately needed. And this will at least go to 250 with more links, because without increasing the links, it's reading the same stuff. If it's reading the same stuff, then it's simply limited by belt volume. I mean, it's looking like I have no reason to limit the anion exchange speeds with the current processing speed. I think instead of doing that, I limit based on the input, or the amount here. If there's more than 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Yeah, if there's more than 50 here, it'll shut down the input, which should hopefully help. I'll leave that running. It looks like it can run full speed and it will be fine because it's not actually running at full speed. This input is heavily restricted here. Maybe I need to change this into a litter to distribute it better instead of doing it this way, because they're all grabbing from the near side, so I always grab from this side, which means this loads that. For this, that might help. Which, fixing this might then overflow this now. But I have to see. Thinking it won't. But it should, I think, make better use of the left and the right, at least. This will build up less. Excellent, yeah, there's no full overflow on the left side now. There is on the right. That might be because I don't actually have an output. Yep. Kinda tend to benefit from having actual outputs. This could be one to the right and it would just go straight and I'd be one less belt here, but it's really matter. It's looking functional still. I don't know why these are here. The issue was just that the sand got full. Now I have a ton of storage that shouldn't happen for at least another several hours. I mean, that's fine. I can probably switch up the other side to match. Okay. You read there. Hold. Select this. That. You are only disabled if it is over 50. That belt seems good. Production stats are stable. Ingots are back up to about where they should be. Wonderful. Everything seems to be going well. Okay. And I feel like it would be nice to productivity that stuff. Get this safely, yes I can. It is indeed about that time. Oh no. I am more than comfortable just sort of rambling into the ether. Oof. That interfere with your plans to try and figure out a game to play with a friend, or with your friend that you were talking about earlier? Excellent. Better productivity here is good. Reduce copper drain. Oh, yeah. Wait, so did it actually, did it force the system update? Because I haven't had to deal with... Normally, system updates just sort of sit until I click the button that has a yellow dot. Oh, yeah. Minecraft Java's a good time. I don't know how it really differs. Okay, you chose to restart. Good. And I know there was a time, I think, where it often tried to force restarts, apparently. So, if it went back to doing that, that would be very annoying. Okay, I've got to... Oh, I can't actually go higher than 80, because I think I'm like, very speed limited, because I only have 2 thrusters. To design. This is frozen because this is there. That's there because... Copper! Copper, my best friend. I really need to make... Yeah, I need to make this a two-train stop. Because as it is... They only start traveling here now, and that will severely delay the delivery of copper. But if there's one always traveling, then it's better. Oh yes, classic. Well, it's like... not the same, but... Well, no, for research, I think some system updates... It might not be that system updates actually forced restarts, and it might actually have been that people... Like, the pop-up for the restarts was just... It would pop up at all, and like... If it pops up when you're in the middle of doing something, that can be really annoying. It might never have been... It might have been my misinterpretation of people... Or my misinterpretation of what was actually happening. That looks fine. This would be a separate input so that I can turn this into a 2-train limit stop. Which should help a lot. I don't trust... That should be fine. Okay, train 1 now is loading. We're already out, which is not a surprise. They're out of global port range, so I can't do anything with it, but there, that'll fix it. But I was gonna move my artillery. Ah, no, that artillery is actually fine where it is. It was this artillery that needs to move. Over somewhere. We could start running artillery down this way. Should be reasonably effective. And I can run charger needs to be connected. And if I want it to work, I need to there to there. That should be the spacing I want. A bit close. Port. There. Hope this won't be a problem. Yeah, this classic, I think, less used or more known things like, I don't know about, ooh, this is good. I can make it a pickup. Like, jokes of like Alt F4 and all that probably still work on people who haven't used computers very long, but I've at least heard of like, oh, deleting various system files to mess with your computer. Or mess with other people's computers. Oh wait, this is, yeah, obviously I did this wrong. This should now get built. This is working quite well. Very happy about that. This one's been the least troubled. Actually, this one and this one have both been pretty safe too. Both of these long zones that have had the most trouble. These are not set to auto fire, are they? Get firing. Start clearing everything out. Okay, I am still a minute away. Oh, I'll land here, it'll be fine. I can pick up some stuff. Any more of this because my homing is questionable for some reason still. I did start making a second ship that could transport sulfuric acid, and I could have them both go back and forth. But I finished the research for plants. I did. Did I start crafting them? If I didn't, I'm a fool. I did craft them. Excellent. That's great. That's great news. I can actually design stuff with those clamps. Ooh, did my better concrete crafting work? It did. Kind of want to cover all my stuff in concrete now. Okay. Take a while to build, but I kind of want all this stuff to be covered in concrete. Up to about there. And now I've become a printer, making my way back and forth. I don't know if laser printers need to do that. I don't know how laser printers work. Precisely. I cover most of my main area in concrete. I think it'll look nicer. Well, it'll look more like a factory. It'll be bland, but it's kind of an important part of the aesthetic. A bunch of this is going to be missing because it's going to be out of Roboport range. But it's a pretty good noise. I could have gone more, but that's already a ton. And Chronovis, this is going to be a problem though. I need to make sure that didn't get overlapped, because otherwise that would have caused issues. Okay, back here. Cancel. Can't cancel it while it's here. Oh well. Well, now my entire floor is blue, which is kind of a fun time. So back, I wanted to fix something when I got back. There's a lot more bots moving around this way than I expected. What are they doing? Yeah. I can't imagine what even... Well, no. Obviously, a lot of this is, like, worthless. There's some where it's like, there's the theoretical justification that can exist. It still is a pointless addition, it should not be added. But, like, search engines adding AIs, I can see the logic. It's, well, the logic is money, but, or probably money, but the context is like, okay, sure, fair enough. Xbox app. What possible justification could they think up for why anyone would want that? Wait, is this wall completely unneeded? It is. Should probably rip it out then. Like obviously the real reason a lot of this is on some level money. But yeah. Well, I mean, if they're being if Microsoft is being paid, well, actually, Microsoft owns the AI stuff, so it actually is imaginary in their context, isn't it? Like, if Microsoft was paid by a different AI company to add the AI to their programs, then the money isn't imaginary for Microsoft, because presumably they would have been paid. But given that Microsoft themselves are making the AI, then yeah, the money is kind of imaginary at this point, still. This one is gonna stay here because I don't trust it, but... there should be nothing that gets in here. Like, the source of the money for the AI companies is questionable and all that. The profitability is imaginary. Oh yeah, did I upgrade the range yet? No. Cool. I still have actually more range potential. Great. This has probably fired all its ammo. Most of its ammo. So I can actually clear most of another zone. That's good. If I can clear this, then I have another choke point to work with. Nice. I mean, do not disagree that anything like, ooh, it's important, money stuff. And that the only reason it's successful is because people are like, oh, we hope it will be big eventually, and everyone just buys into it. That's out of range? Oh, I'm out of ammo. More than it's out of range. Okay. Fair enough. I do think coping is not quite the right word. Like, it's a word that's used a lot in many contexts. I actually think it's like, I feel like coping means there's some, like, it would have to be a case of you believe deep down that it's actually a failure. But I don't know. I feel like a lot of the people don't even believe deep, like they've truly bought into it. Even deep down they think it's like, oh, it'll be the next big thing, which feels a little different. Be hyping it up. Oh, this is very weird to look at. This huge area of build requests filtered through the night vision. Very weird looking. And then there's also, I imagine, some of the people involved in it don't believe in it, but believe they can make a buck off people that do believe in it. Or a quick buck is the better phrasing? I don't know. I'm here to check my bot population. I have not enough construction bot. Give me 3,000 construction bot. I'm probably low on concrete. Do I try to scale this up? There's a lot of that. The issue is that transfer is bad. Easiest solution to that transfer being bad is introduce more bot. I think I could see AI mattering when it's actually at a level where it's actually intelligent, but it's so far from being on any level intelligent. Well, no. On any level but the most basic. And like, it's so far from anything that I would view as intelligent. And is it ever going to reach that? It's impossible to know. And I would assume that the current approach probably won't be the way. But I don't know enough. I don't believe enough to look into it much. This is full of granite slush. Oh, very weird. I do hope. What is an example of a piece of tech that completely flopped? There's like micro DVD existed, and I think functionally that became nothing. I don't think anything ever sprung from micro DVD. Oh yeah, but I think like if there. I think the only time it could, like, if it ever gets to the point where it can legitimately be considered as intelligent as an intelligent human, there could be cases for use in, like, space or something, if it's easy to cool on, like, a spaceship to Mars. Who knows? Like, I could think up reasons, places where it would be useful. As it currently is, I can't really think up many like places where it's useful on a level where it's worth the horrendous drain. Like maybe someday to look more into the oceans on Europa, some like, without having to have delayed information transfer. There's some potential, but that's not now. Can I put beacons here? Not really. And I can't imagine actually anything reaching like proper, easily recognizable for something to be as intelligent as a person. Yeah. The ideal. Outsource all your cooling to a moon, orbiting a totally separate planet. And then what the cosmic horror type movie reveal from that would be, oh hey, actually stuff lives here and now they're gonna come kill you because you ruined their oceans as well. Wonderful. What am I looking for? I'm trying to figure out why the cables are not being crafted. They are. Also, I should probably remove this. This actually does not need to be upkept at all. This one does nothing. Oh, I got the cables back. I didn't expect that. I thought it'd be more... I thought it wouldn't give them back. Cool. That's more generous than I expected. Oh yeah, but like, in a, fictional horror movie, it would be like, oh, secretly the core of Europa was actually, I don't know, Cthulhu or something. Some weird, it was the core of Cthulhu and now it's coming to kill us type B-movie plot. Though it wouldn't be Cthulhu, because I bet for rights reasons that would be difficult. Because why would they want to be associated with that bad of a story, but I bet they're everywhere. What am I doing? Things that need to be shipped to space. The holmium will be done more directly. The aeroframe would be good. All the aeroframe scaffolds are being crafted over here. Which means the aeroframe might just be handled by bots to ship it up. Ooh, it's going this way instead of that way. It's kind of rough, but... Solenoid's the second one. The airframe is way up on that list. Yeah, like, the absolute disrespect of like, oh, I was sleeping, living a life. Well, if you're asleep the whole time, you live a life, I don't know. But then learning that the whole reason you couldn't get a good sleep was because people wanted poorly generated pictures or something. It'd be such a justifiable reason to want to destroy the solar system. I wouldn't blame them. That looks fine. These are going to be changed. This is not going to need a train to deliver for now. I can plan for it to be a train eventually, so I'll leave the rails in place. But short term, I can just turn this into a requester chest and use those. Use those. And then, use those. And then 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 use those. And Though, like, the big thing about those, like, Lovecraftian creatures and whatever is that they are incomprehensible. Scaffold? Like, how they would react would probably not be something that could, on any level, be predicted. Which is why any sort of story is kind of... Any sort of story with specificity runs into sort of stylistic issues. I go to space and copy this train. But I can't copy it here. I just set it to this setting, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, but then a weird giant being breathing in would draw a lot of air or whatever matter past it, which would improve cooling efficiency by getting the hot matter away from the stuff you want to cool more quickly. It's actually a net positive or something. What am I doing? I am getting a train. So then I can ship aeroframe scaffolds to space. 4 stacks? Yes, that's correct. No, it's not. I don't need 4 stacks. I need 3 stacks. Yeah, you just let... It's all about efficiency. Just harness this unimaginable being, this breath. Okay, this will be assigned to elevator train. Oh, yes, that was the correct elevator train. Remove that drop off, remove that drop off, add. The current stop is not named. This will be called Space. The airframe scaffold. Up. Train limit 1. Drop off. So that will be airframe scaffold pickup to space elevator. Oh, iron. Okay, so it does need to be space elevator left. Shoot. Ugh. Doing this wrong. Now I've ruined that train. Because I forgot to change off of the train. This needs to be space iron pickup to space elevator right up. Waiting for full cargo, full fuel. Now, why is it not moving? Because there's a train in the way? Why is there a train in the way? Probably because I do not have enough of these. Yeah. It wouldn't be a major twist in any sort of story to be like, oh, actually, this unimaginable eldritch horror is actually the protagonist good guy because they're making the world a better place. Okay, I need to ride this to fix it when it goes up. I broke this. I didn't switch the name before I started modifying it. Okay, once it gets up to space, I can select it, add, drop off. Why does it default to the left? I need to change that. For now, I need to remove that. Drop off, and then wait till cargo empty, and then space elevator right down. Okay. Start from this step. And then I can hop out because it should be fine. I just need to fix this. I need to pick the left, and then I need to change the name. This needs to be working with this elevator train. And I need to rename it to the airframe scaffold, remove the pickup, remove the drop-off, add a new pickup, cargo fuel, pop in so that I can name it properly, give it a fuel supply, it'll take a little bit, and then I'll be on my way. Okay, so I should currently be at pickup. Yeah, I mean, there's probably been plenty of... Well, it's not quite the same, but there's a whole Doctor Who episode, which, spoilers, it's not a eldritch horror, it's a benevolent space creature. But they built their whole, like, moving space colony onto and kind of into a giant space whale is what they called it. Not the same, but it is kind of a little similar. And that's just kind of a bleak thing to do. Okay, that's enough fuel. I'm gonna get it moving so that I can get the last station set up. Okay, stop. Stop. Reverse. Make sure that I'm at the right stop, because this is not the right. Stupid stealing my fuel inserters. Okay, that's not the right stop. I need to stop up there. Add an unnamed stop. I mean, I know it's definitely not a an uncommon concept. Nope. To do weird stuff with. Why am I not able to drive straight? Yeah, I feel like there's something about... Oops, don't steal my fuel. Okay, that should be add station, drop off, move it up. Cargo empty. Up on this train. Drop off station already, it'll go back down. A moment to look. It didn't open nice. Yeah, the concept of like, oh, this was a good thing, now we're abusing it. It kind of, I think it's a fairly common premise, mostly because it's just kind of, yeah, humanity's not, doesn't have a good track record of caring about anyone else. Well, why are these blue? Because it's a separate train line, maybe? No. Is the main train line now all blue? No. Blue means it's occupied? Yes. Okay. I read the simplest initial blurb of it originally being a guardian, and then people use it as a source of whatever the material was. Which, yeah, it's sort of like the Doctor Who episode. This is a spoiler. It's a fairly old episode now, but it's still a spoiler. It's sort of, oh, the whale showed up to help them in their moment of dire need. They treated it terribly. By the end, they treat it better, and it travels faster because it was doing it of its own free will. Like, the general message of like, oh, something's good, abuse it to try to take advantage, and then it goes poorly. It's like, it is a frequent thread because people is probably the easiest reason for why it's a common concept. Will this distribute properly? I think it will. That's a little weird, but this is good. Now, why is that not more full? Is it because this is already full? Yeah, that is already full. Excellent. Very good. I've now probably cut down on a bunch of stuff that needs to be shipped to space. I'll probably cut down on stone. I'll leave... oh, I don't need the iron. So, remove the... oh, stone stays here, because needed for other things. The aeroframes can be removed. Girders will stay for now. Iron will be removed from all of these. And gradually this will get better. This is 10x multiplier, probably fine to leave it for now. Plastic, probably cut down. Let's see how this is going. Still short on processing units. I still haven't upgraded those to the new recipe. Should do that soon. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I'm not saying it isn't a fun. It actually could be sped up, couldn't it? Or fun. Interesting concept. I'm not saying it's not an interesting concept, it is there are a lot of examples that definitely do exist. This copper is fine, but it's not hooked up, which is why it's doing nothing. Okay. But I need to make sure that I keep an eye on the time, because it is time that I should stop. I achieved my goal for the weekend to make space elevators functional. Still have to set them up, but that can be done gradually. Yeah. It's fun. It's almost always bleak as a concept. But it's still fun. But I will stop today. Here. Factorio again Saturday, Sunday next week. This Thursday, I will not forget to press the button to start the stream when I played Timberborn. Forgot to push the button. I made a bunch of progress, but I didn't push the button. Wow. I can draw the line very quickly. Cthulhu lungs help cool data centers. So you gotta take advantage of that. can't let a resource go untapped. Looks weird. Why does this one grab? Oh, because this is limited by that, so it can't. Okay, makes sense. Well, that will be everything for today. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for watching. Have a nice night, day, week, etc. Bye-bye.